Hello, my name is Matthew Shaw and I'm the Director at the Centre for Pharmacy Postgraduate Education. Thank you for asking me to talk with you about the work that we've done at CPPE to respond to the current COVID-19 situation and to make sure that the team continue to be effective and, most importantly, to be supported and working with each other. I'm delighted that we've managed to remain open for business at CPPE and that we continue to provide learning materials that engage the whole of the pharmacy workforce and help them to care for patients more effectively. I think when I look at the change on the wider team and I think about the impact on the team itself, on the location that we're working in, and on the ways that we're working with each other, it's quite clear that this has been a massive change for all of us. The team have responded incredibly well. They're so positive, so engaged, and they've really managed to find ways to make working from home work for them, but also make sure that we continue to support our learners. Our phone lines may be closed at the moment, but our live chat facility is still open. All of the emails come through to each of us to make sure that we can offer people the support that they need. We were fortunate to take advantage of roughly 1 week's notice that things were going to happen and use that time to start to work together to pull together plans and test those plans so that we could move to remote working effectively. And I think that concept of co-creation, testing things, trying them together and finding shared solutions has helped to put us in a stronger place throughout this period. We've also tried to be very practical. Many members of the CPP team returned to frontline work in hospital pharmacy, primary care and in community pharmacy practice. And we've been offering an online Zoom room to support the 6,000 who've returned to the register to support the profession during this difficult time. We've tried to weave team well-being through everything that we have done. Every meeting will start by finding out how people are getting on, and that isn't just asking if they've got COVID yet. It's about finding out what impact the close down is having on people, how are they coping with lockdown, how are they managing their families, and what can we do to support them more effectively through CPPE. As well as that ethos, we've looked at very practical approaches. We've set up Slack, with a series of different Slack rooms to support people, not just in answering workplace queries, but in planning in breaks. In the workplace, you'd have a coffee break or a tea break. We have built those into Slack to make it clear that people have got time to talk about non-work related things, to answer questions, to chat about the weekend, and really to continue to feel part of a wider team. We've had leaving dues by Zoom, and I actually think that's something I'll continue with for a national organisation. It means people all over the country have been able to join in with the leaving party, not just those in Manchester. We've also talked a lot about different approaches to wellbeing that could help. I've talked personally about different tools like meditation, the exercise programs people have done. I think many have joined in with the Joe Wicks campaign each day maybe for those first 10 weeks. And that I think is really important to make it clear that it's something that affects each of us and there's things each of us can do in order to show how we're coping and to make a real difference on that personal, physical and fitness level, all of which really matter. I think if you were to ask me what my main message is, then I would say don't hide away from wellbeing. Bring it right into the focus and let it be right there in the centre of everything that you're doing. Continue to talk about it in meetings. If you're worried about somebody, ask the question. Don't hint and hope that they'll let you know. And most importantly, take the time for yourself. Back in the start of May, I had 2 weeks holiday booked, which clearly was cancelled, but I still took that period of annual leave. And whilst I felt guilty that things might collapse or I might be needed, it was so important for me to have that time and that mental space and to come back to work refreshed afterwards. It's strange to think that you could feel guilty for taking time for yourself, but I think that is an essential thing for each of us to do, because if we're not in a good place at work, we can't hope to be able to achieve. I think my final thought would be not to assume that everybody is working at the same pace that you are. I found that when I thought things were sorted or we've reached a solution for something, that not necessarily all of my team have been working at the same speed I am. Some are faster and some have taken a little bit longer to get there. And it's important to recognise that, to work with it and to give people the time that they need in this very difficult situation.